What's up, you guys, and welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. If you're someone who loves fragrances, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. Over here, all I do is talk about fragrances. Well, every now and again I do incorporate some fashion, makeup, little chit chats or whatever, but for the most part I talk about nothing but fragrances. So in this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys what I bought myself for Christmas. If you're interested, then keep watching. If you follow me on Instagram, I did put up a post about 2 weeks ago saying that I had been sick. I actually had COVID for the first time ever since the pandemic. I had never had COVID. I contribute that to working in the health field. At first I thought it was the flu. Comes out it was COVID, and it wasn't until I experienced it myself I was shook, okay? I was shook okay? I am vaccinated, but I was shook, right? My symptoms was so bad. The first 24 to 48 hours, I actually was contemplating going to the hospital because my body was just not right. Like, it hurt to move my body. It hurt to walk. It hurt to do just like little things that I do in my day-to-day. It hurt. My back was literally in pain. I thought I had some type of kidney infection or something like that. At first off, I thought it was flu. Tested for the flu, it was negative. Well, I went over to my grandmother's house. Is this a little story time? Is this turning into a little story time? Okay, my grandmother called me and she was like, oh, your aunt just got out of the hospital. She had COVID. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And so I immediately tested and it was positive. Once I got over those initial symptoms that I had with the body pains and stuff like that, I started feeling better, but it did take my sense of smell away from me. And that was my biggest nightmare come true. Like, it just took my whole sense of smell. Well, prior to me getting COVID, I was trying to think about what I wanted to buy myself for Christmas, right? I was like, what am I gonna buy? I really wasn't, it was so much going on in my life. I really wasn't concerned really with buying myself anything for Christmas. I saw an advertisement for the Bond 9 Trio, and I'll put it up here. And I said, you know what, let me do a little bit of research. It came with 3 fragrances. 2 of them I wanted in my collection. Like, I've always wanted them in my collection forever, okay? Which that gave me more incentive to like actually buy the trio set. And then it came with Nolita, which is a fragrance that I had never smelled before. The price is pretty pricey, but when you guys think about Bond fragrances, like, they're gonna run you about maybe $240 and up. Right, for a 1.7 it's $320. Like, I've never bought anything from Joma Shop. If you guys have bought anything from Joma Shop, comment down below. But Joma Shop has it on for $244.99. Fragrance Net has Tribeca on for $270. So anyway, you're gonna spend more than $250 for the fragrance, right? So those 2 together is already giving me the amount that I paid for the fragrance. And then in my mind, the Nolita was like a nice little, you know, bonus fragrance, right? Little backstory though. In the beginning of my fragrance journey, like when I should say in the beginning of my niche journey, I struggled a little bit with Bond fragrances. It was really hard for me to really pick a Bond that resonated with me, that I actually love. I just struggled a lot with them. Some of them came off kind of heavy, a little bit too masculine. Y'all know I love a good masculine scent. Like, I think all fragrances can be rocked by anybody. If your nose love it, it smells good on you, honey, wear it, okay? That's your prerogative, that's your business. It really took me some exploring. It took me some sampling. It took me some kind of trial and error to really figure out the Bonds that I like on me. So I'm going to talk to you about 3 of them that I actually love on me. Let's start with Nolita, since I have this fragrance in my hand. This fragrance was actually launched in 2017, which wasn't that long ago actually. The notes include tangerine, freesia, Lily, Jasmine Sandbag, Rose, Musk, Amber, and Sandalwood. You guys, this fragrance really surprised me, okay? From reading the notes, I knew, I was like, okay, it's gonna be floral. Please don't let it be heady. Like, I just can't tolerate like the heady florals. Like, that's just not my thing. I'm not into it, never been into it. None of that. I don't like the heady florals. But it's not heady at all. I love the dry down. It's the dry down for me that won me over with this fragrance. I would consider this fragrance to be more of a spring summer scent, to be, if I'm being honest, it's just in my opinion. But the musk in this fragrance, I feel like it's prominent. It's not over the top, but it's there. Like, you pick it up, especially in the dry down. You get this warmness from the amber, and you get the sandalwood. The sandalwood is not necessarily creamy. Like, I'm used to sandalwood kind of coming off like a creamy sandalwood, but it's pretty soft in this fragrance. And again, the dry down is beautiful. It does open up with that citrusy tangerine. I pick up the freesia, which is beautiful. I pick up the jasmine. So I'm picking up all the florals, right? But once it starts drying down, oh my God, it is just gorgeous, gorgeous. I don't have anything in my collection that I can necessarily compare it to. I mean, if I had to compare it to something, I would compare it to Delina, but less the original Delina, okay? But less rosy, okay? I could even probably compare it to the Delina Rosé fragrance, because it's bright like that. It has that citrus, it has the rose, which I'm picking up. All the florals are just really meshing together wonderfully in this fragrance. It's really amazing. Like, I don't hear too many people talk about this fragrance, and I don't know why. See me pulling this fragrance more in the spring and summer because of the brightness, the citrus, and the pretty white florals in this fragrance. But it is a really, really good scent. Have you guys ever heard of a fragrance called Cerruti 1881? I actually bought Cerruti 1881 years ago from like Marshall's, and I fell in love with that fragrance. This fragrance is slightly reminiscent of that for me. It has rose, freesia, mimosa, it has musk, sandalwood, amber, vanilla. Yeah, this fragrance, I'll pop a picture up so you guys can see. But this fragrance really reminds me a lot of Cerruti 1881. And I loved that fragrance. I loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. I know I'm not a floral girl, so it's like, would I really have bought this if it didn't come in the set? I don't know, probably not, but I'm glad that it came in the set. Y'all know blind buying can be very, very tricky. It could also be very, very, very disappointing. Y'all know my spiel, honey, when it comes to the blind buying. And that is one thing I will not be doing as much of. Certain things you can't help, but as I'm not even gonna lie to myself either, but I will be trying not to do a lot of blind buying in 2023. My next fragrance is Tribeca. You guys are not gonna be able to see this because of the lighting. I remember distinctly when I was like kind of trying to get into Bond, really trying to figure out why some of the fragrances wasn't like not necessarily hitting, but just wasn't hitting for me. Like they wasn't resonating with your girl. None of them clicked for me. But Tribeca, it's been on my list forever. In Tribeca, you get hazelnut, cacao, jasmine sandbag, cedar, caramel, ambroxan, and moss. I'm gonna say it's like oak moss, okay? This fragrance does remind me of something tropical. At first initial whiff, I get like something tropical. I get a tropical feel from this fragrance. Love the sprayer. Oh my God. Okay, at initial smell, I get the hazelnut, cacao, and the caramel. All three of those combined right in the opening. Oh, this is heaven. This is heaven. I love the ambroxan. The ambroxan really, to me, is like a molecule scent. What's a molecule scent? Like a molecule scent is something like that's synthetic, right? That's added to fragrances like ISO Super and things like that. It really amps up the fragrance. It really gives it more like a woody type of smell. To me, it's magic when ambroxan and ISO Super is added to fragrance. It just really amplifies the fragrance. It just turns it up a notch. It just makes it very sexy, in my opinion. And that's what it does in this fragrance. This is a gourmand to me. The caramel in it is delightful, okay? Delightful. This is an easy grab scent to me. A lot of people do compare it to Baccarat Rouge 540 by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. I see the likeness. But I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say not really, okay? You could people probably even would compare this to Cloud by Ariana Grande. Makes sense, right? It has like the coconut, the whipped cream, and you know, the sugar and all that, which is what this fragrance has. And the ambroxan, which again gives it a woody type of smell in the dry down. So I can see the comparison. They're similar, okay? They have a likeness. I would say that they have a likeness to this fragrance. And I'm talking about Baccarat and Cloud. Baccarat and Cloud have a likeness on their own, right? To each other. So I can see why people would say that this reminds them of Baccarat, because again, it is a likeness. But I think this one is different enough on its own, to be honest with you. Would this have been something that I would have bought if it didn't come in the trio set? Absolutely, absolutely. Is this a fragrance that I would buy over and over again? Absolutely, absolutely. Is this a fragrance that I want in my collection forever? Absolutely. Is it my all-time favorite bond? No. My current favorite bond is Greenwich Village. Baby, this fragrance is everything. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Let's get into the notes. In this fragrance, you have lychee in the top, cassis, mandarin in the middle, you have peony, water lily, jasmine. In the base, you have again ambroxan, praline, vanilla, musk, and oak moss. Do these two smell similar to y'all? Comment down below and let me know. I think they have a little bit of similarity because of those base notes like the ambroxan and the oak moss, but this one just hits different. Longevity is amazing. It is top tier, honey. It is just everything. Right when I come into my perfume area, all I can smell is Greenwich Village. That's all I can smell. That's all I've been smelling for the last week since I took it out the box for the first time, is this fragrance. To my nose, when I first smelled this, I smelled the lychee, okay? It's the same type of lychee that is in Delina, okay? It's the same exact lychee. It's the same lychee that's in Angel Nova. Sometimes notes can come off very synthetic, so I like to give you guys a comparison to things that you may have already smelled, so you can kind of get an idea in your mind what that lychee is coming off like. So it's not smelling synthetic whatsoever. It smells like a very natural, sweet lychee vibe. I do pick up on the mandarin. The mandarin is very subtle in this fragrance. Mostly what I'm getting is, as far as florals go, is the water lily and the jasmine, which I'm happy with because I'm not the biggest fan of peony, okay? But I am getting those base notes, the ambroxan, the praline, the vanilla, the musk, okay, the oak moss. I'm picking up on all them notes. So I'm really getting a lot of the top notes, a little bit of florals, and a lot of the base, okay? A lot of the base notes in this fragrance. But this is gorgeous. This is my all-time favorite Bond fragrance, my all-time favorite Bond fragrance, and I'm so happy to have it in my collection finally. I think this came out in like 2019, if I read correctly, if I remember it right. It came out in 2019, so it's been a while. It's been a long time coming, baby. You finally made it to mama. Finally, okay? One thing I can say for sure, okay? Two things I can say for sure when it comes to Bond 9 fragrances is longevity and projection. Bond 9 fragrances project like none other, okay? They run the market, okay, when it comes to projection and longevity. All the reviews that I've ever watched on Bond 9 fragrances, hardly ever, if never, did anybody say, oh, it didn't last long on my skin, oh, it didn't project, oh. No, I've never heard that since I've been watching reviews and doing reviews my own self. Never. And I can vouch, the projection is top tier. You can smell a Bond 9 fragrance from a mile away. That thing be thangin', you understand? The projection be projecting. I want that Chelsea by Nice. I don't know how I'm gonna get it in my collection. I'm gonna have to start manifesting, because baby, I went to the Bond counter and smelled that. Blew me away. Blew me away. It was like, whoa. And I don't hear too many people talking about it. If you have Chelsea Nights, comment down below. If you have any Bond fragrances, comment down below. Let me know which Bond fragrances that you love. Let me know what I should try specifically. Like, you should go and smell XYZ. Let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you're someone that is into fragrance, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button on your way out, baby. Why did I make that into a song? Hit the thumbs up button, okay? Show your girls some love. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you are having a fabulous day, and I hope you are smelling good doing it. I'll see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye.